Welcome to Study Session 4, Overview of Information Sources. Introduction. It is important that you note that information does not exist in a vacuum. It is contained in sources. Information sources are like receptacles for information. Individuals who need information consult these sources to get the needed information whenever the need arises. Information sources are of different types. This session will expose you to the various information sources that are available to the information user. Learning outcomes. At the end of this study session, you should be able to 1. Discuss information sources. 2. Explain the various information sources that are available to the information user. Information sources. Information sources are the resources and materials from which people receive ideas, meaningful messages, enlightenment, and direction that will enable them to accomplish tasks and take decisions and solve problems. Adomi 2012. Libraries and information centers acquire these information sources so that they can render their function of providing information, education, promotion of culture, and recreation. Thus, all library resources are information sources, but information sources go beyond what can be found only in the library. This is because information users are not necessarily registered users of the library. This fact will be much clearer when the information user profile is considered. The information resources that can be accessed within the library will first be examined, after which other information sources outside the library environment will be considered. The following are the information resources in the library that are available to the information user. Books. These are the most common and perhaps the most popular information source. INO 2004 defined a book as any document that has a collection of 49 pages or more that are bound together with a distinctive title. A book can also be described as a collection of printed or manuscript pages sewn or glued together along one side and bound between rigid boards or flexible covers. This information source has been used to record information of various sorts. These include textbooks. These are carefully written books that are of standard, systematically crafted to express concepts, principles, theories, and methodologies of different fields of study. Textbooks are educational products that impart the necessary knowledge in order to improve the teaching and learning process. Light reading materials. These are also called fiction. These materials are recorded in books and are works of imaginative minds that are published to stimulate thinking, building personalities, and shape the orientation and line of thought of individuals. These materials include poems, storybooks, novels, and some other literatures used in teaching and learning. Prolific Nigerian fiction writers include Peter Pan Enahoro, Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, and of recent, Chimamanda Adichie. Reference resources. These are information resources designed by arrangement and treatment of the subject matter to be consulted for specific and definite item of information rather than to be read as a whole or consecutively. They are compiled to provide answers to any type of queries that might be raised by the users of the library. Reference sources contain lots of facts, and rarely does a reference source contain opinions. They are generally based on universally accepted knowledge. Reference sources exist in both print and electronic formats. Examples are dictionaries. These are reference resources that provide the definition, meaning, spelling, pronunciation, etymology, and syllabication of a word. The words in dictionaries are arranged alphabetically to facilitate quick and fast access. Dictionaries are also of various types. There are general dictionaries that contain information about all fields of study and can be used by all. Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary and Webster's New Third International Dictionaries are examples. Some dictionaries are specialized, like Dictionary of American Slangs, while some are subject-based, like Dictionary of Library and Information Science. There are also bilingual translating dictionaries, like the Polyglot and the likes. Encyclopedias. These are reference materials that contain information on several fields. They provide background information on any topic. Encyclopedias are written by experts and are arranged alphabetically. They sometimes contain illustrations to illuminate the text. There are general encyclopedias like Encyclopedia Britannica and Encyclopedia Americana. Subject encyclopedia like Encyclopedia of Library and Information Science and McGraw-Hill Encyclopedia of Science and Technology are also available. Almanacs. An almanac is a book that contains useful, old and current information, often in statistical form, about different phenomena like personalities, subjects, and countries. An example of an almanac is the Whitaker's Almanac. Yearbooks. They are similar to almanacs, but they are restricted mainly to the events of a particular year. Adomi 2012 also noted that a yearbook is a volume often called an annual containing current information of a variable nature in brief, descriptive, and/or statistical form, which is published once yearly. Yearbooks often reveal the events of the year. Information contained in yearbooks includes general information about government, politics, economy, geography, and so on. Examples are the Statesman's Yearbook, the Europa World Yearbook, and Yearbook of the United Nations, and Europa World Yearbook. Bibliographies. These are lists of articles, books, technical reports, conference proceedings, thesis, and dissertation on a particular topic. Information contained in bibliographies include details like author, title, date, place of publication, publishers, edition, pagination, series, and literary information contents arranged alphabetically. Bibliographies can be categorized into universal bibliography, national and trade bibliography, subject bibliography, bibliography of bibliographies. Map and atlases. A map is a plain representation of the Earth's surface or a part of same, indicating physical features, political boundaries, and so on. It could also be a representation of the heavens, showing the position as a graphic representation of the Earth's surface. Maps can be physical, political, or special purpose maps. Atlases, on the other hand, are collection of maps. Examples are Map of Africa, Atlas of the World, and so on. Indexes and abstracts. Indexes is a systematic arrangement of entries designed to enable users to locate information in a document. Abstracts are the condensed skeletal representation of the essential content of a document. These two resources are produced in order for information users to spend less time in getting the needed information and also to maximize the research process. Serials. These are information resources with a distinctive title, produced in any format, issued in successive parts, at regular or irregular intervals, with chronological and numerical designation, and are intended to continue indefinitely. Examples of serials include newspapers, magazines, journals, bulletins. These information resources are used for different reasons by different categories of people. Graphic materials. These are illustration materials that summarize significant information and ideas through some combination of drawings, words, symbols, and picture. Graphic materials include photographs of drawings, charts, film strips, slides, and transparencies. Others are relia, or real objects like toys, games, puzzles, and specimens like cowrie shells, coins, leather goods, needlework, hair, wool, and silk. Sound recordings. These are information resources that are provided in audio format and appeal to the sense of hearing. These resources are used in the teaching and learning process, especially for those who have sight impairment, even though individuals without any impairment also utilize them. Examples of sound recording include radio, lecture talks, audio tape, cassette, compact disc, CD, telephone and public address system. Motion pictures and video recording. These are materials that appeal to the senses of sight and hearing. They combine sound and images and are recorded on video cassette, video compact disc, and digital versatile disc, VCD and DVD. These resources are used for easy recognition and identification and to individualize learning. Microforms. A microform is defined as information either in texture, illustration, or tabular form that is stored in reduced sizes on photographic film. It is a general term for any form of a micro-record, whether on film or paper. Other materials include in the generic name are microboard, microfilm, and microphage. These resources help to save the space of storing information resources, even though access to the information that they contain is made possible through microfilm reader. Manuscripts. The first copy of a book or a piece of writing in the original form as written by the author is called a manuscript. It has also been described as the first draft of a thought. Generally, manuscripts are unpublished materials. They may include business or personal correspondence, diaries, letters, speeches, minutes of meetings, records, legal documents, architectural drawings, and financial documents. Reports. A report is an account from a corporate body or committee, government establishment, scientific institutions. Reports are like feedbacks, which are the outcome of an activity that was commissioned. Reports are written especially by individuals who partake in research and development activities. Most reports are not circulated, but are used by the organization or establishment that commissioned it. As such, they are usually not published. Government documents. These are information resources that are produced as a result of the day-to-day affairs of government. These documents are the products of activities in the ministries, departments, and agencies of government, as well as those issued by other arms of government, legislature, and judiciary. These documents include committee reports, budgets, legislative bills, court orders, and so on. Other information sources. Oral traditions, oral histories. These are also information sources available to the information users. The African society is an oral society. Our culture has been preserved through the transmission of elements and products of culture via the words of mouth from one generation to another. People in the past and even today still rely on words that are spoken to them orally, to them that carries more weight than the information from other media. Mass media. This creates the needed avenue for information to get across to a multitude of people via television, radio, newspaper, and magazines. A lot of people, especially those who are not in the academic environment, rely on these sources of information to get informed. The Internet. This is the global interconnection of computer networks. The Internet provides the link so that information that is held in separate computers around the globe can be accessed. Through the help of the World Wide Web, which is the multimedia part of the Internet that ensures that communication is essential on the Internet, several information resources in different formats can be downloaded. Examples of documents on portable documents formats, PDF, Microsoft Word, video, MP3, and the likes. Government sources. The government provides administrative data, legislative and judiciary information, and other documents on policies. This can be retrieved from gazettes, technical reports, patents and designs, statistical reports, and records of activities of various ministries, departments, and agencies. Societies and professional bodies. Organizations like Nigerian Library Association, Nigerian Bar Association, and the likes provide a lot of information which may come from their annual reports, circulars, and journals. Institutions. Universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education provide general and specialized information that are beneficial to those who seek information. Seminars, workshops, conferences, lectures, and symposia organized in these institutions are avenues for individuals to get informed. Independent information service providers. There are individuals and organizations that provide information for a fee. These service providers collect, process, and organize data and information for different categories of information seekers for an agreed date. Summary for Session 4. This session has provided an overview of information sources. A distinction was made between information sources and library resources. The various types of information sources that are available and accessible to the information users are diverse. The library, as an information source, provides access to information resources in different formats like books, reference books, serials, microforms, graphics, sound recording, and so on. Other information sources like the Internet, mass media, and institutions were also discussed. End of study session 4. Thanks for listening.